today we are finally getting started on my 700 Ducat Black Grail Warband for Trench Crusade. Hopefully finish painting my Grail Thralls. I'm going to go over a little bit about the colour scheme, a little bit about the miniature choice, and just touch on a little bit of the lore behind the Grail Thralls. So let's just get into it. Mini-wise, I have gone with the Fungal Thralls by Bestra Miniatures. I am not sponsored. I just like to say where I've got the minis from, just in case you want to use them as well. They are really grimdark fantasy, but with all things grimdark fantasy, it is really easy to convert it into Trench Crusade just by either basing elements or paint scheme. I like them because of the mushroom growths they have on their bodies. They just really inspired me to think of like the Black Grail in its different forms. They were very different, and yeah, I just really like them. Next thing is, what are Grail Thralls? Grail Thralls are the unfortunate folk who get infected with the Black Grail, which is a disease which was made by Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies, and its whole purpose is to corrupt and sort of destroy life. And by corrupting, it leaves the people or biological matter like hollowed husks, and their sole purpose is to further spread the corruption. So these Grail Thralls are sort of empty husks whose only purpose is to spread corruption and for all eternity serve the nobility of the Black Grail. So it sounds like a really bad lot, and I would not want to be infected with this whatsoever. But yeah, those are sort of what Grail Thralls are. So let's just sort of get into the actual painting. Firstly, we're going to be basing the Grail Thralls with a dark blue-violet. So to do this, I am using the Darkness by Army Paint, and then I'm using a Xeris Purple by Citadel. You could literally just use a dark purple, but I don't have a dark purple, so I'm just going to have to make do. Next up is a layer of Rakar Flesh by Citadel mixed with our previous color we were using. So we're going to do this because it's going to help ease the transition into the Rakar Flesh when we use it just purely on its own. Literally just going to be using this mix, very much focusing on the raised areas of the miniature. Next up is just a base coat of Rakar Flesh. So we're just going to be using this on the raised areas yet again, and this time we're going to be kind of stippling, we're going to be mixing up our brush strokes. Next up is the washes. So the washes are a really important component to this recipe. I'm going to be using Carroburg Crimson, one of my favorite washes, and a little bit of Colia Green Shade. So the idea of this, we're just going to be washing all of the skin areas, mainly with Carroburg Crimson, but also placing some Colia Green Shade in like just wherever you really want. We don't mind if it mixes, we kind of want it to mix a little bit. This will really sort of help sell the look that the skin is sort of aggravated, which is what we're sort of going for. For the final highlight, we are going to be using a mix of Rakar Flesh with Celestia Grey. it's going to be hitting the most raised areas. A little bit of stippling, a little bit of just gentle sort of layering. So this sort of cool highlight will be quite a nice contrast to the sort of reds in the wash already present. And that will be the sort of final stage of the decayed skin. The flesh all done, we're going to be focusing on the mushrooms. We're going to do a base coat of Rhinox hide on the entirety of all the mushroom growths, because it's just going to be a nice sort of base coat, a nice sort of like purple brown, which will tie into the sort of purples already present in the scheme. After that, we're going to be using Arax Stone by Citadel, which we'll put on the tops of the mushrooms and the stalks of the mushrooms, leaving the sort of underside of the mushroom clear, because I'm trying to sort of emulate the look of pavement mushrooms, which is a type of mushroom local to the UK, and it can grow through asphalt and likes to grow through paths. I chose that mushroom because it plays into a couple of the themes, like the grander themes and ideas which I'm going to be playing with this warband aesthetically. So, but more on that in the big video. Then we're going to use a wash of Agrax Earthshade by Citadel. This is just going to be a nice unifying wash, and we're just going to wash all the mushroom areas. After that, we're going to mix this with a white. So I'm using Titanium White by Winsor Newton. I'll be hitting the tops of the mushrooms and a little bit of the stalks, and then it will need a couple of layers, and then maybe a wash after it. So we might wash it after we apply this, and then we'll reapply this again. For the armor, we're going for a mix of a Lead Belcher by Citadel and Abaddon Black by Citadel. So we're kind of trying to get that sort of gunmetal look. We want this initial layer to be quite dark, because the next layers going on top of it, which will be Lead Belcher, are going to be our stippling layers. So we need that sort of dark background for the sort of weathering to sort of pop a little bit more. Next, we're going to stipple some Lead Belcher onto the armor. Next step in the weathering, I'm just going to use some Mournfang Brown, very diluted. I'm just going to hit the recesses of the armor just to add a little bit of warmth and to just get more sort of interest on there, really. And that will be all I will do for the armor. Just going to keep it nice and simple, nothing too over the top or complicated. I might use some Dirty Down Rust in places, but it's mainly just going to be the Mournfang Brown. For the other, like the bits of clothing on the miniatures, I'm predominantly going to be using green, I think. So we're going to be using Castellan green as our base. Nice, strong, sort of desaturated, ready green. And then on top of that, we're going to be using some Strachan green. And then we'll probably bump that up to a Nurgling green for like some edge highlighting, or, well, not edge highlighting, but like scratches and stuff like that, just to give it that sort of weathered look. So that's what we're sort of going to go for. Again, we're not going to keep it too complicated. And then for all the bits of leather, I think we're just going to use some Rhinox hide, and then we're going to lighten that with Karak stone maybe, and then we'll do a little bit of weathering on the bits of leather. And a couple days later, that is all of my Grail Thralls painted. I think they look pretty ready to spread the Black Grail for all of eternity. I'm really happy with how they came out. I was really happy with the armor and the flesh. There's a couple of things I would tweak about the flesh, but that's the thing with painting. You paint, you improve, and you learn. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that sort of takes me. And if you're still here watching, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. My next video will hopefully be next week, probably be more of a hobby bench clear out sort of video. just a couple of thoughts and stuff like that, compared to this more sort of tutorial-esque vlog. But yeah, it's been super fun to do. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Painting from the Loam. Goodbye.